alive or dead? That's the terrifying question Taupō resident Kayaker Beavon faced for 5 hours while her husband was missing somewhere on the Tongariro River. Annabel Reid is the Rotorua reporter, been covering this story for us this morning. Annabel, good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
Good, thank you. Gosh, what an ordeal for the wife.
Oh, I know. Her stress levels were just through the roof, she said. Yeah, a loved one missing. I don't think anyone really wants to go through that kind of thing.
So what happened?
Well, basically, the Beavons, they're Taupō locals. So they were off on a family trip because their grandson was playing in Turangi. So Mike Beavon was like, perfect opportunity. I'm going to go for a nice, fun kayak down the Tongariro. He's a pretty experienced kayaker, has been doing it over for like 40 years. So he was like, I haven't done the Tongariro in a while. Perfect opportunity, I'm heading out there. So his wife, Michaela, dropped him off at about 10:30 in the morning. It was meant to be about a 3-hour kayak on a grade 3 river, which for Mike was pretty easy. And yeah, he said the first 2 hours in were super enjoyable. He was having a blast. But then he was, about 2.5 hours in, and it was what he called a minor rapid that sort of just led to a whole lot of events that took him off course, basically. And he was facing strong white rapids and navigating himself up over like slippery rocks, and then his kayak got stuck on a rock, forcing him to get out because he was completely off course and he'd lost control. But yeah, he got out of his kayak, got his paddle, and then his kayak zoomed away down the river, his phone in the kayak too. And Mike actually started chasing his kayak. He tried to get it back, but he was losing the race, as he said, and decided to stop. And then he thought about swimming back up the river or walking along the bank, but he just felt it was too dangerous. So he parked himself up on a beach on the riverbank, put himself in sight, so hoping that like a raft or rescuers would be able to see him. And then, no one was really coming. So he started getting pretty cold. So he set up a shelter. He started cocooning himself. It was getting dark. It was getting scary. He was sort of thinking, I might be in for a pretty long night. And all these thoughts were going through his head about what his family's going through, all that sort of grief. And his family was going through it. His wife, Michaela, was freaking out. She said it was like an emotional disaster. She was expecting Mike at about 1 p.m. and he just kept on not showing up. And then it got to about 4 p.m. They called, she was with her daughter, and they called the police. The police were like, oh, she's not quite missing yet. That's what Michaela said. And then at 5 p.m. she called again, and she was like, hey, my husband's a good kayaker. This is not like him. He's missing. And that's when rescue crews sort of
thank goodness.
started their mission.
They got into action and managed to rescue him off the side of the riverbank. Very quickly, Annabel, why didn't he have a locator beacon with him?
Well, he's just never thought about it, to be honest. It hadn't crossed his mind. He was like, back in the 70s, we had nothing. We didn't have any of those sort of devices. So I just don't think it ever crossed his mind to have something like that on him. But he's definitely doing his research now after that shake-up.
I bet he is. And thank goodness.
Yeah.
I'm sure that'll be a bit of peace of mind for Michaela, his wife, as well.